A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark, chapter 10, verses 46 to 52. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. They spent some time in Jericho. As Jesus was leaving town, trailed by his disciples and a parade of people, a blind beggar by the name of Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, was sitting alongside the road. When he heard that Jesus the Nazarene was passing by, he began to cry out, "Son of David, Jesus, mercy, have mercy on me." Many tried to hush him up, but he yelled all the louder, "Son of David, mercy, have mercy on me." Jesus stopped in his tracks. "Call him over." They called him. "It's your lucky day. Get up. He's calling you to come." Throwing off his coat, he was on his feet at once and came to Jesus. Jesus said, "What can I do for you?" The blind man said, "Rabbi, I want to see." "On your way," said Jesus. "Your faith has saved and healed you." In that very instant, he recovered his sight and followed Jesus down the road. The Gospel of the Lord.
Reflections on the Gospel according to Mark, chapter 10, verses 46 to 52. Today's Gospel text tells us about the healing of the blind Bartimaeus. On the side of the road, he cries out to Jesus who was passing by, "Son of David, have mercy on me." The name Timaeus is derived from the Greek word meaning respect or fear. The blind man was named as the son of the fearful one. But he displays great courage in shouting for mercy even as the crowd were trying to silence him. Deep down, we are all blind. The advantage of Bartimaeus over us is that he knew it. He was aware of his blindness and therefore capable of crying out to the Lord who was passing by. We are not so aware of our blindness. We have a false confidence that we see clearly. That's why we judge, denounce, and condemn people. God alone knows the human heart and the why of things. Bartimaeus is the image of the disciple who finally opens his eyes to the light of the Master and decides to follow him along the way. Only those who realize that they are leading a meaningless, unacceptable life decide to look for a way out. Bartimaeus is not resigned to the darkness in which he is immersed. One day he hears about Jesus and understands the chance of a lifetime is presented to him. He screams, asking for help. He no longer wants to stay in his state of life, but there are difficulties to overcome. He immediately feels thwarted in his effort to encounter the light of heaven. Yet he is not discouraged. He is not ashamed of his condition. He does not hide his anguish. He cries, asks for help from the one who can open his eyes. Jesus stops. It is an invitation to joy and hope. Take heart, get up. He is calling you. Bartimaeus jumps up, throws off his cloak and runs towards Jesus. These gestures have a symbolic value. The mantle was considered the only asset owned by the poor. The act of abandoning it, along with a few coins that the passers-by kindly placed there, indicates the complete detachment from his previous life. He is no longer interested in the life he has up to that moment. Anyone who comes to Christ must not fancy for a comfortable and trouble-free life. The experience of Bartimaeus teaches us that the journey that awaits those who have received the light is very difficult. It forces one to rethink habits, behavior, and friendships. It demands that life, time, and goods are managed in a radically new way. Who wants to be enlightened by Christ must choose between the old mantle and the new light. Jesus is the light that illuminates everything, fills everything with life and meaning. That's why when Jesus opens our eyes, we cannot but follow him along the way because we have discovered the light.